Okay, let's talk about something really important. This idea that every single one of us has a unique purpose, a sort of superpower we were born with. I call it your state of genius. And right now, we're going to unpack exactly how you can find yours. So let's get into it. I want you to really let that question sink in for a second. Think about that one thing in your life that feels, well, big. Maybe it's a little weird. Maybe it's even scary. But what if that thing you've been pushing away is actually your greatest, most untapped power? And this is what I'm talking about. This is your state of genius. It's not just something you're good at. It's the thing you were literally born to do. It's that feeling, that flow state where you feel completely alive and totally, authentically you. Now, instead of giving you some dry textbook definition, I'm just going to tell you my story. I want to share how I stumbled into my own state of genius. Because even though my story might sound a little out there, the journey itself holds a truth that I think applies to every single one of us. So, from a really young age, I could do something I couldn't explain. I saw things. I could communicate with spirits. And honestly, it was confusing and it was really isolating. It felt like I was living in two different worlds and I had no idea how to make sense of it. And it just kept happening totally randomly. Spirits of loved ones who had passed on would find me, and they'd ask me to deliver messages to their families. Can you even imagine the kind of courage that takes when you're just a kid, still trying to figure out who you are? For the longest time, I was just caught in this massive internal struggle. Was this thing a gift, or was it a burden? A blessing, or a curse? That conflict was everything for years, and it led me from feeling completely weighed down to having a breakthrough that changed my entire life. This really sums up that internal tug of war, you know? On one side, I could see these messages bringing so much comfort and peace to people, but on my side, it just brought a ton of confusion and, frankly, a lot of fear into my own life. I was constantly debating it. Nothing really changed until I made a choice. It was a total epiphany. I just decided I was done running from it. I was done fighting it, and I took one brave, scary step toward accepting this thing as a gift. I decided to see what would happen if I leaned in instead of pushed it away. And wow, the moment I did that, everything shifted. The more I used this gift to help people, the clearer my own purpose became. I would watch people leave a session and they were just visibly lighter, sometimes in tears of pure joy. I could literally see the weight of grief lift off of them. And that's when I knew this was it. This was my state of genius. Now, you probably don't have the same gift I do, right? And that's exactly the point. Everyone's is different. But that journey, that feeling of fear, of confusion, and then that final brave moment of acceptance, that part is universal. You have something just as valuable inside of you, a superpower that's waiting for you to claim it. So that's the why, that's the story. Now let's get practical and talk about the how. I want to give you the exact framework I use to help people just like you unlock their own genius. Think of this as your personal roadmap to purpose. The whole framework is built around 5 sets of really deep questions. We're going to go through the what questions, the where, the who, the being, and finally, repetition. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful path to self-discovery. All right, first up, the what questions. This is all about getting clear on your vision. What do you really want to experience in this life? Not what you think you should want, but what truly, deeply lights you up. What do you want to be remembered for? Next up, the where questions. This is about getting real. Where are you right now, today? And where do you actually see yourself in the next couple of years? And, so important, who has already done this? Who's already walked the path you want to be on? And what kind of mindset do you need to get there? Then we move to the who questions. These are huge because they're all about transformation and service. To get to that next level, you have to become a new version of yourself. So who is that person? And just as important, who are the people that you are meant to serve with your unique gift? And finally, we bring it all home with being and repetition. Can you start to live and breathe and hold the energy of that future you right now? And then, are you brave enough to do the work? To practice your gift over and over and over again until you master it? So there you have it. That's the framework. And it all leads you right here to this exact moment, to a choice. Your journey doesn't have to start someday. It can start right now. You know, the only thing that's really standing in your way is fear.
Let's just call it what it is. It's the fear of what people will think. And maybe even deeper than that, it's the fear of your own power. What would actually happen if you stepped into who you're meant to be?
So I want to ask you, seriously, what would your life look like if you were just brave enough to step into that thing that lights you up, to live in that state of genius flow every day? What would that be worth to you? Then now let's flip it around because this is the real question. What is it costing you to not step into your state of genius? What joy are you missing out on? What impact are you not making? What's the price of staying exactly where you are? If you're done paying that price, if you are so ready to just destroy those limiting beliefs that tell you can't do it or that you're not good enough, then I want to invite you to take the next step with me. The 30-day State of Genius Deep Dive Challenge is designed to do exactly that, help you finally step into your power. So I'll leave you with this. Every single morning you wake up, you have a choice. You can choose to move towards your joy, towards the things that light you up, or you can choose to stay put. The choice is always, always yours. So what are you going to choose today?